TV soap news and spoilers say that in the gritty, neon-lit world of Beyond the Gates, where shadows cast long webs of deceit and redemption is a hard-won prize, the possibility of a romance between Ted and June has sparked fervent speculation among fans. Their potential union is a beacon of hope in a narrative steeped in betrayal, danger, and moral ambiguity. But will their story blossom into love, or will it be snuffed out by the machinations of a vengeful ex-lover? To answer this, we must delve into the complex tapestry of their characters, their pasts, and the perilous dynamics that threaten to tear them apart. This exploration will unravel the threads of attraction, the specter of Leslie's wrath, and the tantalizing question of whether Ted and June's romance will ignite, or implode. The allure of Ted and June, a match forged in contrasts. Ted, the brooding protagonist of Beyond the Gates, is a man haunted by his choices. A former private investigator turned reluctant antihero, he navigates a world where trust is a luxury he can scarcely afford. His rugged exterior and sharp cynicism mask a yearning for something pure, something untainted by the corruption that surrounds him. Enter June, a woman whose innocence radiates like a candle in the dark. Once a homeless addict, June has clawed her way back from the abyss, rebuilding her life with quiet determination. Now a waitress at a dingy diner on the outskirts of the city, she embodies resilience, her gentle demeanor a stark contrast to the chaos of Ted's existence. Ted's attraction to June is immediate, visceral, and undeniable. It's not just her delicate features or the way her eyes seem to hold a universe of unspoken stories, it's her innocence, a quality so rare in the morally bankrupt world of Beyond the Gates. Where others see weakness, Ted sees strength in her vulnerability. Her past, marked by struggle and survival, mirrors his own in unexpected ways. Both are survivors, battered by life but still standing, their scars a testament to their tenacity. This shared resilience forms the foundation of their connection, a spark that could ignite into something profound. Yet, there's a curious pattern in Ted's affections. His history with Leslie, a woman whose charm once captivated him, reveals a peculiar preference: waitresses. Leslie, too, was a waitress when they met, serving coffee and sly smiles at a roadside diner. Now, years later, Ted finds himself drawn to June, who wears the same humble apron, her hands steady as she pours coffee in a place that smells of grease and second chances. Is it mere coincidence, or does Ted have a type? Perhaps it's the unpretentious nature of the role, the way waitresses move through the world with a quiet grace, observing life's dramas without being consumed by them. Or maybe it's the fleeting intimacy of their interactions, brief moments of connection in an otherwise disconnected world, that draws Ted in. Whatever the reason, June's presence in his life feels like fate, a chance to rewrite the mistakes of his past. Leslie, the shadow of vengeance. But no love story in Beyond the Gates can unfold without a storm on the horizon, and that storm bears the name Leslie. Once Ted's lover, Leslie is a force of nature, a psychopath whose beauty is as dangerous as her mind. Her charm is a weapon, her smile a trap, and her heart a labyrinth of obsession and rage. When Ted left her, he didn't just break her heart, he shattered her carefully constructed world. Leslie doesn't take rejection lightly, and the idea of Ted finding solace in June's arms is an affront she cannot ignore. Leslie's past with Ted is a tale of passion and peril. Their relationship was a wildfire, burning bright and consuming everything in its path. She was the spark that ignited Ted's darker impulses, drawing him into a world of manipulation and deceit. But where Ted sought redemption, Leslie embraced her chaos. Her psychopathic tendencies, her lack of empathy, her ruthless ambition, made her a dangerous partner, and Ted's decision to walk away was as much about survival as it was about morality. Now, with June in the picture, Leslie's dormant rage is stirring, a predator scenting blood. The thought of Leslie watching from the shadows as Ted and June grow closer is chilling. She's not the type to sit idly by, nursing her wounds with quiet resentment. Leslie is a planner, a schemer whose mind is a chessboard where every move is calculated to inflict maximum pain. If Ted and June go on a date, a tentative step towards something real, Leslie's response could be catastrophic. Picture a candlelit dinner at a quiet bistro, Ted's guarded smile softening as June laughs at one of his rare jokes. The moment is fragile, a bubble of hope in a world of despair. But Leslie is there, lurking in the periphery, her eyes glinting with malice. Perhaps she's disguised as a fellow patron, her face obscured by a menu, or maybe she's outside, watching through the rain-streaked window, her fingers tightening around a weapon she's not yet ready to reveal. Leslie's potential plans for June are as sinister as they are unpredictable. She might target June directly, seeing her as the obstacle to reclaiming Ted's heart, or his destruction. A whispered threat in a dark alley, a staged accident, or a more insidious plot to unravel June's hard-won sobriety could all be within Leslie's arsenal. Alternatively, Leslie might turn her wrath on Ted, using June as leverage to break him. The possibilities are as endless as they are terrifying, each one a reminder that in Beyond the Gates, love is a battlefield, and Leslie is a warrior who fights dirty. The case for Ted and June, a love worth fighting for. Despite the looming threat of Leslie, the case for Ted and June's romance is compelling. Their connection is rooted in mutual understanding, a rare commodity in their world. Ted sees in June a chance to atone for his past, to protect someone who deserves better than the hand life has dealt her. June, in turn, finds in Ted a kindred spirit, someone who doesn't judge her for the shadows of her past but sees the light she's fought to reclaim. Their chemistry is understated but powerful, built on quiet moments rather than grand gestures. A shared glance over a diner counter, a brush of hands as Ted passes her a tip, a late-night conversation about dreams they've both buried, these are the threads that weave their bond. June's journey from addiction to redemption makes her a uniquely compelling partner for Ted. Unlike Leslie, whose love was possessive and destructive, June's affection is gentle, grounded in empathy. She doesn't demand that Ted change, she simply offers him a space to be himself, flaws and all. This dynamic could be the key to Ted's salvation, pulling him back from the edge of the abyss he's been teetering on for years. For June, Ted represents stability, a protector who sees her not as a victim but as a survivor. Together, they could build something real, a partnership that defies the darkness of their world. But love in Beyond the Gates is never simple. The narrative thrives on tension, and a romance between Ted and June would be no exception. Their first date, if it happens, would be a microcosm of their struggles, a delicate dance between hope and fear. Imagine Ted, nervously adjusting his jacket as he waits for June outside the diner, his eyes scanning the street for threats. June emerges, her hair catching the glow of a street lamp, and for a moment, the world feels lighter. But the weight of their pasts, and the specter of Leslie's vengeance, hangs over them like a storm cloud. Every step they take together is a gamble, a defiance of the forces that seek to tear them apart. The counterargument, a romance doomed to fail. Yet, there are reasons to doubt that Ted and June's story will end in happily ever after. Beyond the Gates is not a fairy tale, it's a gritty drama where happy endings are rare and hard-won. Ted's history with Leslie suggests he's drawn to chaos, and June's quiet stability might not hold his attention for long. His apparent affinity for waitresses could be less about love and more about a fleeting fascination with the unattainable, a pattern rather than a preference. If Ted's attraction to June is superficial, rooted in her role rather than her essence, their relationship could fizzle before it truly begins. June, too, faces challenges that could derail their romance. Her past as an addict, while a testament to her strength, leaves her vulnerable. A single misstep, a moment of weakness or a push from Leslie, could send her spiraling back into addiction, destroying any chance of a future with Ted. Moreover, June's innocence, while endearing, might make her ill-equipped to handle the dangers of Ted's world. She's a survivor, yes, but surviving the streets is one thing. Surviving Leslie's wrath is another. Then there's the question of Ted's own demons. He's a man haunted by guilt, his past littered with choices he can't undo. His attraction to June might be genuine, but it could also be a projection, a desire to save her as a way of saving himself. If Ted's feelings are more about redemption than love, their relationship could crumble under the weight of his unresolved baggage. And with Leslie lurking, ready to exploit any weakness, the odds of Ted and June overcoming these obstacles seem slim. The verdict, a story of hope and peril. So, will Ted and June date in Beyond the Gates? The answer lies in the balance of hope and peril that defines their world. Their connection is undeniable, a spark of light in a narrative shrouded in darkness. Ted's attraction to June's innocence, coupled with their shared resilience, makes their potential romance a compelling subplot, one that could offer both characters a chance at redemption. A date between them, perhaps a quiet evening at a jazz club or a walk through the city's rain-soaked streets, would be a moment of beauty, a fleeting escape from the chaos that surrounds them. But Leslie's presence casts a long shadow. Her psychopathic nature and obsession with Ted make her a wild card, capable of turning a budding romance into a tragedy. If Ted and June pursue their feelings, they'll need to navigate not just their own doubts but the very real threat of Leslie's revenge. Every moment they spend together will be a test, a question of whether love can triumph over vengeance in a world that seems determined to crush it. In the end, the story of Ted and June is one of possibility. Their romance could be the heart of Beyond the Gates, a thread of hope that weaves through the narrative's darker moments. Or it could be a fleeting dream, shattered by the harsh realities of their world. Whether they date, and whether that date leads to love or disaster, depends on the choices they make and the forces they face. One thing is certain, in Beyond the Gates, nothing is guaranteed, and every step toward love is a step toward danger. As fans, we can only wait and watch, our hearts racing with anticipation. Will Ted and June defy the odds, their love a beacon in the darkness? Or will Leslie's shadow consume them, leaving only ashes in its wake? Only time, and the next chapter of Beyond the Gates, will tell.